you ready for what?
What's up, Todrick?
Andrew, how are you?
I am just fine.
On the road again.
Again on the road.
You're in what state tonight, Andrew? Can we divulge that information or no?
North Kakalaki tonight.
North Kakalaki. Driving down to North Carolina. You didn't fly?
Yeah, I'm in Charleston tomorrow. And I drove through. Driving through.
Well,
yeah, man.
All right. Well, we're used to this. You go on the road a lot, and it's all good. You're in a hotel room. We're probably not going to have a very long show tonight, guys, because Andy is beat. He drove like 9 hours a day. Was it 8-9 hours? Just down to North Carolina.
5 hours. 5 hours. What?
That wasn't as much as I thought.
No, not as bad. Yeah, it's about 5 hours further than you're allowed to go. So it's not bad. But yeah,
that is true. That is true. Well, so we do have some news tonight. We'll talk about, of course, this old line pick. Anybody who purchased an old line pick from Big Thirst, right? So I know Corvette Trey emailed me later today. So he got a weird email saying, "Oh, they don't even have them in, and it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks." That was wrong. So I just talked to Mark literally before we got on here. They have the PO order. Mark is taking the 12 cases down to Big Thirst that need to be shipped out. 12 to 14. I don't know how many. Whatever. He's taking the cases down there, and they will have them tomorrow. He said they should be going out later this week, so you should get them early next week. It's not going to take 2 to 3 weeks. If you were local, and Andy, you were at Old Line this weekend, you got to meet Andy and talk to Andy, and I, of course, wasn't there. Sorry. There needs to be booze, right? I need to play a boo. So you have your bottles, but if you didn't pick them up there, or if you were in one of the 9 states that, Big Thirst doesn't go to, I have your bottles. I sent out most of them today. You should be receiving them within the next 5 to 6 days. So if you're closer to Maryland, you'll get them much closer or earlier than that. There's only 2 that I was waiting for sort of addresses. I got them today. They'll go out tomorrow. So all the orders that were sort of outside the area that they couldn't ship to, they'll be out by tomorrow. So everyone, Andy, should have their old line. We're super proud of this pick. It's a single malt. It's sold out literally in a day. I think that's great, not only for our community, but I think for Old Line. And I hope you guys, if you've had it, let us know in the chat. I'd love to know what you think of it. I think it's amazing. I really do. The more I drink it, and Andy, you said you finished your bottle last week. This was our sample bottles we got. Now, me and you helped house this last week, so this isn't on me, but I'm going to finish this tonight for sure. I'd love for anybody who has it. Joe Graves, I know he's got it. Kathy. By the way, Andy, happy anniversary to Joe and Kathy Graves. Almost right. 19 years of wedded bliss. I mean, Kathy is so lucky to be married to a man like Joe for 19 years. I mean, can you imagine?
You're an odd fella. I'm not going to lie to you.
Hey, here we go. We're killing this.
Pleasure's all yours, Joe.
Killing that bottle, guys. Boom. That's a lot of whiskey in there, but I like it.
Joe, there's another Joe in the house tonight, Todd. There's my buddy Joe.
Oh, let's talk football. Well, that's Dad. We can talk football. Hey, Dad. Hey, Mom. Hopefully you're watching and doing well.
I think what he wants to see is this.
Oh,
there we go. I watched the Peyton cast last night as the GOAT was on there with Ed Reed as well. And boy, people can call Joe dry, but he's 10 times better than Eli already. Eli is dry toast, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
Kind of funny. But he did a good job and told some anecdotes, which was kind of cool. So
and it was a fantastic game from the Ravens. I mean, we still try to slop it away in the fourth by a turnover when they're thrown behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, I wouldn't want to be
and then another failed onside attempt that we could not cover, and they scored again. Whatever, we were killing them. The offense, Andy, is a machine.
I mean, if defense holds up, the Ravens.
That's the question.
The only team that can beat the Ravens right now is the Ravens.
That is 100% true.
That's legit that if Baltimore wants to win a Super Bowl, this is the year. Strike while the iron's hot, boys.
I'll say two things, and it's true with any team. With this, what I'm going to say, yes, the only team that will beat the Ravens is the Ravens, or if we have injuries. I mean, injuries can derail.
Well, you saw what happened to Tampa Bay last night. Their two top wide receivers gone, and
I
that's
wonder what
absolutely blistering to their hopes with having them gone.
They're done. They're done.
Yeah.
They're done. All right, so there it is, Anthony. This pick is, I agree, Anthony. It really is, and we can't really take credit for this, Anthony. This pick, which I just killed this bottle. Yes, bottle kill. Who just texted that?
You speak to yourself, but someone had to pick that glorious barrel out of all the ones that I sampled through.
Oh, God, Andy, please. Yeah, Mark did.
Right there.
Mark and Arch. It was the 23 patrons that were that descended upon Old Line in Baltimore in June that went through 5 very different Old Line, whether it's finished or not finished, single barrels. And yet, while it was close, this was the slight winner. And I'm so glad it was the slight winner because of it being just a single malt and not finished. It lets you sort of taste the amazing way to do an American single malt. And I hope people get I call it the Tootsie Roll in a glass, but it is very layered. There are other things going on in this. But it is.
As much as I love you saying that, I actually think it's more than that. I really think this may be more complex than people give it credit for. How quickly this thing sold out, number one, is a testament to just how good this whiskey was.
Well, I think it's to our patrons.
And also to the Patreons who kind of stood up and said, this is really, really good. A lot of people didn't think that it was possible, including like even talking to Mark and Arch when we were done on Saturday. Like, we weren't sure when you guys said we think you can sell it out, if you really could sell it out. And I was like, look, sometimes product speaks for itself, and this was just so bloody good. I knew deep down that people were going to want to take multiple bottles of them home. And yeah, they said, Todd, the fastest single barrel they've ever sold.
Well,
in the history of Old Line coming out.
So
it's, which is really cool. I think it's kind of neat that they were able to, and they even said, like, this is a new way of looking at how that program is going to go based off the success of what we were able to do with our Patreon. So we thank the Patreons again. Met a lot of cool new people out there on Saturday. There was a couple channels that I met, some creators, which is kind of cool.
That's great. That's fantastic.
Some partnerships with some people over involved with the syndicate in Maryland. So some cool stuff.
There you go, Brian.
Which is really cool.
Yeah. And it's great because also you mentioned this is the first time that Old Line's sort of done a Patreon community that's not a local pick by a local store or a store in general, right? It was a group that was national. I mean, we have patrons all over the place, and they're in our backyard. And we took a chance, and they took a chance, because I had heard from a lot of people who do picks, oh, American single malts don't sell. Oh, they don't sell. We don't really do them. And we're like, well, really? Have you tried old? I mean, I don't know why this wouldn't sell, because once people taste it. So that's why we also decide, you know what? If that is the case, why not then allow some of our most, loyal patrons to come down and help us select it then, and let them buy and let them try it and really select it. I think that helped. I mean, we could have said how great this is, right?
Well,
but having so many people already try it, and then we did the event in July with Corbin Cash where this was there, and even more people like Frank came and tried it. I don't know. I just thought it was a great way to celebrate.
Think about this way, Todd. It's easy to say a bourbon is fantastic when people are familiar with bourbon. It's easy to say a rye, which you didn't carry the name that it does now, even 5 years ago, is great because you enjoy rye. Sometimes it's word of mouth and grassroots when it comes to things. And American single malt falls in that category. I mean, you and I have talked about 4 or 5 years ago, grilling out at your house for Oktoberfest, and me handing you a bottle of the malt chocula from Westward Whiskey that Barrel Nation put out, and saying, dude, you've got to try this. This thing will change your perception about anything you've ever heard about American single malt.
I mean, listen.
And it went, we killed it in a night. So
that changed it definitely did. It changed my perceptions on American single malts that are done well. I'm not saying everyone does them well, but there are certain places that do it. And Old Line, I think, is, and this is my favorite single malt I have ever tasted. American.
I agree.
And one of my favorite, Andy, we were talking, I don't know if I should be saying this, but we were talking about where this pick lands, and we haven't done a ton of picks. We've done we did a lot with shared pour, and then we've done on our own 4 to 5. And Corbin Cash is certainly up there. That first bourbon, I mean, we've done a lot of good stuff, I think. And you mentioned this. You were drinking this the other night while you were out, and you said, "Todd, it's a completely different profile, but I'm enjoying this as much as I was the Corbin Cash Rye." And I think that says something for this bottle, because the Corbin Cash Rye is very special as well, completely different, right? But I think that is a testament to what Old Line can do, and I'm glad we were able to do that. And you guys, our patrons, hopefully now are like, I want more of Old Line, or if you see it or you see other people doing picks, you'll be more inclined to buy it. And that's good for Arch and Mark, because they need that, I think. And it's great to see a smaller craft distillery get that.
The smaller craft distilleries are also, I was on the phone with David Souza today from Corbin Cash. Talking a little bit.
We're going to talk about the pick in a second.
We were talking about how the dynamics have shifted a little bit in how you work with distillers, especially small distilleries now. Like we don't need to be out there pushing to be the brand of Jim, Jack, and Johnny, because they're already out there. They've paid their dues. They've paved the way. They're huge for a reason. Yeah, and they deserve the props and respect that come with it.
Yeah.
You're fighting for shelf space, and you're an Old Line, or you're a Corbin Cash, and people are like, what's Corbin Cash, and where the hell is Atwater, California? You're telling me I have to buy an American single malt from Baltimore? Those things are a little bit of a tougher sell, unless you have a grassroots approach to it. Like, hey, we really believe in this, and let's get some other people to come out and try it. And if they believe it and they spread the word, it's a snowball effect. That's how you grow these smaller distilleries that don't always have the voice. That's where it's kind of fun to be in our position, where we can actually pick up the torch and say, hey, you guys are going to love this. We guarantee. And now look, it's leading to, in December, us going back and doing a rum.
Where's Dan? Dan's in the chat. Yeah. So we will have Dave soon. Guys, this rum is, some of you have had it. You were there when they had that single barrel, fill your own bottle, right? When we picked this. It is something very special, unique, and another offering that we hope to bring. We will be bringing you that nobody else will, right? No one else in the Whiskey Tube community is getting access to this. And ourselves and Dusty Dan, and even Bourbon Judge, we're all in on it. We are 100%. And don't worry, there'll be enough to go around for everybody. We have access to a lot. Andy and I should say, have access to a lot of their stock. So we will make sure we do well with this pick. It gets out to everybody, all three groups.
Well, and Todd, not to toot our own horn here, but toot. Here's the thing. When you build these relationships with these small distilleries, the nice thing is we do have the ability to get access to some of these barrels that nobody else is going to be able to get.
Nope.
And if we find these honey barrels that we truly believe in, like this 8-year that we had from Old Line, like the 9.5-year, the oldest rye from Corbin Cash, like this soon to be coming 8-year hazmat, 150 hazmat from bourbon from Corbin Cash. Like, we are going to continue to be able to get those types of barrels, and that's what makes this so much fun too. It really, because we're happy to be able to have access to them, and bring them to you. But we're so happy for the distilleries we work with, because they get to showcase these beautiful barrels, and that brings us joy too. So it's a win-win all around for all parties involved. It's really cool.
I agree, and I also think that hopefully you guys appreciated this too. They gave us, I thought, a really, really, really. There he is. There's Robert. Good job, Robert. Yeah, he's had that rum. He has a bottle of it. They gave us a great price on this. I mean, this is an 8+ year barrel strength American single malt for $59. I mean, I actually thought it was gonna be like 70, 60. I thought it would be 70, 75. And when they said, because we were talking about, could we give a discount? Could we get? When they said 59, we were like, oh, that's good. That'll work. That will be great.
Well, Todd, I mean,
that's a great price.
You and I were on the phone today talking as I was driving down to Carolina. How you just picked up the new ECBP, right?
Correct.
And
Alex, our great Patreon member, got me. I just dropped yesterday my review of this. I think Andy will do a review of this as well. But there you go. There's C924 from Elijah Craig.
And we were talking about how it's a great pour. I mean, it's nice. It's consistent. It's quality.
Good pour.
But at the end of the day, sometimes you're looking for something a little bit different, something a little bit unique, and for the price, the fact that you could get something that's almost
$20 cheaper.
years old, $20 cheaper, completely different.
Well, that's what I like. But to its credit, though, and I will say this about Elijah Craig, this is an 11-year barrel strength whiskey.
Yeah, it's a great value
for $79.
It's kind of saturated a little bit, I think.
Well, I think people. I've read the comments. People are like, "Yeah, I'm passing. So I don't know. I probably will never pass. I think it's still great value. Believe me, I buy way worse for way more. I will probably always buy Elijah Craig. However, I have a ton of Elijah Craig barrel proofs sitting in my house. I mean, a ton. So do you. So they build up.
That's the problem. We likened this to Bourbon County Stout.
Yeah,
it comes out once. It comes out once a year. You're excited to see what the new base model is going to taste like. What slight variations between the years. You're getting something 3 times a year. You get buyer fatigue. I mean, honestly, I think that's just what it is. I think there's just too much, and so I think what started out as a great idea eventually got to the point where it's overplayed. And that's the problem they're facing right now. So I'd rather spend my money on some of these single barrels, which are really kind of fun.
Yeah, there are a lot of bad ones out there. I'm not going to argue that. However, Old Line, I mean, I don't want to sound biased, and maybe I am. I've never tasted anything from them. Maybe I haven't tasted the peated, which I might say is not good because I don't like peated. But I've not tasted anything from them in the single malt round, whether it's finished or not, that has not been really, really good. So I think they have a track record that not many people know about, and I'm glad we were at least for a little bit trying to expose that. That's all. Yeah.
Well, I told you, Westward and Old Line on the cusp, and there's maybe a handful of others that are on the cusp. When that American single malt becomes an official category, they're going to ride that wave.
I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that American single malts? I mean, I know I had a lot of people email me saying, I've never really had an American single malt. I'm not a big fan, but I'll trust you guys on this. I hope that when you get them, and we appreciate you, taking that leap of faith with us. It wasn't just us. I mean, our Patreons came together and all vouched for this. I mean, it wasn't just a couple. It was in the 20s. We thought it was really good. And so I'm glad it sold out. Where was Ben's comment? I missed it now that he was commenting. Oh, guys, it's sold out. You don't have to sell it anymore. That's true. You're right, Ben. And
stop
I get
it. Shut up. Nope, shut up.
No,
we're not reselling it. Stop talking, Todd. And we're not selling it anymore. We're talking about the experience. Todd, stop placating. Moving on. Here we go. Go ahead.
To we're not selling anything. I think it's great for Old Line and American single malt.
It's gone. We're talking about the process. Yeah. We're talking about what makes these things important.
Correct.
So anyway, you highlight everything.
Anthony Peters. Oh, go ahead. You just took off my thing. I just want to say about the caught between bourbon and Scotch for market share. Very hard. It is. I'm not saying that. Most need to try others. Yeah, I mean, Old Line's a great representation, Navy vet. So I would go with, if you can find this where you are, or go online, get their cask strength, or any single barrel picks that you can find on it. You can probably be pretty good. I've only had one American single malt at a local distillery. The jury is out for me. I need to try more. Well, Tom, you should. I don't know if you got this, but I think this would have changed your mind.
It's also a category that's very broad. There are going to be a lot of variations and tastes very different depending upon the regulations aren't quite as stringent with American single malts either. So, that's Christ. You know what? That's your boy. Disagree with yourself. Of course, I'm fucking selling it. That's my job, dum dum. What do you think I have a fucking channel for? Jesus Christ.
You get the meta. Real quick. I want to go back to Tim. So Tim was here. He helped pick. Tim, your bottles are at UPS on its way. He tasted that rum. Same with Robert. Same with Ben. I'm telling you, I am not a rum fan. I don't drink rum. I will drink the shit out of this Case 1 rum that we pick with Dan and the Bourbon Judge. I mean, it will sell quick. I get that because it's going to be pretty affordable, and everybody, at least in our group, everyone knows how good it is. I don't know if everybody knows how good it is, and I bet you Dan's group knows. I'm not sure Marcus's group knows how good it is. Our group knows how good it is. They're gonna buy this up in the cases, I think, and I can't wait for people to try this rum and get a hold of it because it's so good. We will pick that in December, Andy. We'll get a date soon, and then
we're gonna find a date.
That'll be our first release in 2025.
We'll sell the hell out of that date and that rum because that's my goddamn job.
Marty's here. Good to see you, Marty. What's up, buddy? All right. So that being said, O-line, great job, guys. Thank you so much for the support. It's tremendous to see. And yeah, I think, somebody also mentioned to me, well, I hope you guys do another one from O-line. Yeah, I can't see us not eventually doing another one down the road. We have access to their oldest stock. We can probably go in there and find another honey barrel, whether it's finished or not. Maybe a finished one this time, because some of those port finishes are so good.
Is the demand there? If you guys want to see it, and
what do you guys think?
If you guys, especially when these start trickling out next week, and you guys start getting your hands on those of you who haven't tasted yet, hopefully, if the results are what we think they are, then there would be no reason, as long as the demand is there, to go back and do it again. So, which will be fun.
All right. That being said, comment if you guys would love to see more from O-line in the future, right? We have other things we're working on for 25. Again, our goal is to do probably, I don't know what.
I'm not putting a number on this year. We said that last year, and
we went over that. Well, that's going to
insert foot in mouth, my man.
All right. We won't be doing one a month. How's that? For that,
I'm not saying anything. We might do 3 a month. Who the hell knows?
Oh, God. All right, there we go.
This is the Ravens mentality. Best man available. Whatever we see comes up that works, we're going to get it. And so we'll see what happens. But it will always be quality over quantity. Well, that we can be in agreement on and guarantee. So we're going to still take the traditional route.
Got it. All right. So moving on to our next pick, which is the Corbin Cash Hazmat Bourbon. So if you remember when Andy was out there, somehow he got to be able to taste these 2 bourbon barrels that were getting close to 8 years old, one of which was Hazmat. The other one was sold to, I believe, Lost Lantern. Andy, is that correct? Was the other bourbon sold to Lost Lantern? They released that as a 7. It wasn't Hazmat. It was 130 or close to 140. Maybe it was Hazmat. That sold out, I think, 3 or 4 months ago. That sold out very quickly on their end. We wanted ours to get to 8 years. It turned 8, I think, over the summer. What we're waiting for, what the holdup's been, and actually, I think it's worked out well, because I would not have liked to have dropped 2 pretty expensive bottles back to back or together, because that's a lot of money. So we've got a nice time. The rye went in the beginning of September. Andy, you talked to David. What do we got update wise on this Corbin Cash?
So I talked to David today for a while. Everything is bottled and ready to go. So right now we're just waiting on pickup and a couple of minor logistics on their end. Once it gets across the country, we do labeling, marketing, and stuff like that. I would plan on mid-November, maybe around Turkey Day at the latest, that we're going to be able to unveil this to you, which is going to be great. Expect the price point to be around the same. We don't have an official price yet, because we still have to get some of those things worked out, but probably around the same as what we had for the rye. And it's supposed to be gosh, what did he tell me today? Yeah, the stickers are done, so they're really waiting on one final piece to get that all across the country. Then we'll be in good shape to go. So he's excited about it. We have some other big news is coming on top of that we will drop a little bit later.
Yes,
closer to Christmas time. So we're having let's just put it this way. Stay tuned. Todd, this is usually your job to tease. After the release of the Hazmat for Destruction, there's going to be one final Corbin Cash drop this year. But
and you're going to want to be a Patreon. You have to be a Patreon.
Not a whiskey. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, because we have some really, really good stuff coming. But anyway, I talked to David. Things are going well, and this is the first time he's released a Hazmat bourbon to a whiskey influencer. So he is he can't wait for.
Well,
this
when has he ever? Wait, when has he ever done a bourbon in single barrel? The only other single barrel I know of that he's
Lost Lantern. Yeah,
is Lost Lantern.
Yeah, that's what I mean. First,
it's not like there's a lot out there to begin with. So
no.
Again, the people that came in July to the Corbin Cash event tried it, blown away. We were on a couple of shows, Baker Drinks, the Whiskey Six. They've had it. Bobby is really the one that was. I'll never forget. Bobby was the one who, I think you said he wanted the bourbon even over the rye, right? Like he tried that. He's like, "Can you get that?" And we're like, "Well, we're only here for one, but let's see." He really, he coined it the Coy Hill Killer. So I think it's great. So it'll be hopefully that sort of last week of November. We were waiting for the labels. They've never done a bourbon label for this single barrel. They don't have it. So that was what we were waiting for. and it's finally in. And you're saying it should be shipped soon, I guess, because it's got to get across. It took a couple of weeks.
Depending upon this last little, like I said, there's one little hiccup we're working on with
I gotcha.
If that gets resolved within the next 24 hours, this thing could go out next week. So,
LP, you are the best. Yeah. Thank you for that. And that leads me into another.
Oh, that's cool. We got to send that out. That's cool.
Well, I think she does it. She does it, and she gifts memberships to people. That's great for next week because we'll talk about next week. If you're a YouTube member, you'll have some voting sort of things. We'll talk about that in a second. But that's awesome. So very exciting. I hope you guys are excited about it. I mean, I think the great thing about this hazmat is, one, it showcases that Corbin Cash is, yes, they have amazing Merced rye, some of the best in the country or world. But David is a rye guy, but his bourbon is really good. Really good. And at 150 proof, everyone who's tried this says, I can't believe it's 150 proof. And I think that is more of a testament to how good this juice is because it drinks.
David like said that today when we were talking. He said, I still can't believe when I sip on this, how approachable this is for 150 proof. And the words approachable and 150 should not be together, which is kind of crazy, but it is insanely approachable for that high. Do you realize you're drinking a higher proof? Absolutely, because you should. It's 150 proof. He couldn't get on the damn plane without switching bottles. But
we broke all sort of FAA regulations. Yeah,
we do that, right? We do that.
It wasn't me. It was David.
150. No, 150. You heard that correctly. 150. You heard that correctly.
8-year bourbon from Corbin Cash at 150 proof. And it drinks like 128. Anthony's had it. Who else is in the chat has had it? I think, I'm trying to think of who else have had it. I know Anthony Peters in the chat has had it. So,
LP Corbin Cash, legit, in my opinion, only behind Michter's. That's a nice compliment. I'm sure you can't go wrong with that.
Heck yeah. Very good. And LP, thank you for gifting those memberships. We'll talk about why that might be important for next week. Real quick, Andy, is Anthony far off here? Is that even something that, a sweet potato whiskey pick? I mean, you never know. That's something that's coming. That has he has some higher stock aged in that, right? Too. It's not like it's something new.
Goodies that are. We talked about some special things that maybe coming. Yeah.
Andy is definitely a tease. Join the crew. I love that. Yeah. Hopefully, are you LP? Do you give out those? I don't know if you give out the membership. I think you do. I don't know. Hopefully, you do. If we have to do it, I have no idea how to do that.
Yeah, Anthony Peters, that's the Corbin Cash bourbon is incredible. He got a chance to try all of them.
There you go.
Yeah, it is. And let me say, I say this all the time when Anthony's on, but his palate is refined. Really? If Anthony likes it, that should start sending up signals right away.
Yeah, Amy's here. Good to see you, Amy. All right, so that's. I see Amy Boehm. Cheers. Yes. I missed her, but all right. So that being said, I'll be interested when the Corbin Cash bourbon drops and somebody who's gotten both the rye and the bourbon. What do you like better? So for me, I go back and forth. I've drank all now of the bourbon, so we don't even have any left. The one bottle you brought from July. We'll get ours soon, but I don't know, Andy. There's some nights that this bourbon just hits me the right way that I say, oh God, I know I'm a rye guy, but then another day I go back to that bourbon and the rye, and it's just like, it's so layered and beautiful. And there's not much better than this. So I'll be interested to see what people who like both bourbons and ryes like us. Now, if you're a rye guy, you're going to go for the rye. If you're a bourbon only and you like rye, you're going to probably go to the bourbon. But I'm curious, there's people who drink like bourbons and ryes, like Saucy, or Anthony, or Ben, or Eric Gunderson, all these guys who drink both. I'd like to see what they think and what they prefer and why. That'll be interesting, sort of like a test to see what comes out on top on those two barrels.
I mean, I think you're right. I think it's a matter of what are you in the mood for today. I mean, I have been on a wicked American single malt kick, obviously, because I've been drinking it this whole week since it's released. And also I was drinking it all day with everybody up at Corbin at Old Line. But sometimes I had that rye last week, and I mean, God, that's a beautiful rye. The rye affection is great. And haven't had the bourbon in a while since it's hanging out over your place. But it's all
the bourbon's gone. The bourbon's gone, Andy. The bourbon's gone.
I didn't expect anything less.
I didn't. That was.
I had told David to send me a bottle, so I think one's going to come.
Good.
And that's 2 letters, M-E. I told him to send me a bottle.
Okay, that's good. Good for you. The other question that we will probably put out an end of year to our patrons survey. I don't know how you want to say it. I think we did this last year. It doesn't mean we'll go after these brands. But we do like to get a pulse from you who are supporting us, what you would like us to go after. Of course, I think if you follow us, and I think this is a true statement, you'll know who we sort of will be going after based off of one, who's on the show, the relationships that we have. So that's probably obvious. But we do want to get a pulse from you guys if there's things out there that you want us to go after. Again, there's no guarantees. And again, we like to try to bring unique things to the table. So, but sometimes, you want just that Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye pick. And we may have a contact for that. We do. So if that's what the group wants, we'll go after that. Well, anyway, and he says, we'll see. I'm just saying we will get sort of the pulse of you guys at the end of the year for 2025. Again, no guarantees, but it is something good to at least, I think, get. And there's Frank. Frank's had that bourbon as well. I think Frank's probably first introduction to Corbin Cash was our pick of the bourbon and rye. So he went headfirst into that territory, which is fun. All right, Andy, real quick, moving on.
Just to answer Joe's question real fast.
What's that? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
That sold out way faster than they expected, so they are going to do another batch, I believe, but they did not.
What are we talking about?
The apple cider.
Did you try it?
I tried it, and I didn't even tell them to hold me back a bottle because I was just going to take one home. And 2 hours in, it was sold out. So let's put it this way: we had 5 bottles to sell of ours there.
We agree, Anthony.
And then we had that to sell in 2 hours. So note to Old Line: the stuff that you think you don't have enough of, you need to make more. People are buying it.
Yeah, we've told them. I think they know that now. And Tim and Anthony, we're 100% behind them. I mean, look at the picks we've done, right? They're not the legacy distilleries, although we did go to Lux Row and MGP and pick 12 barrels. But that wasn't really us. I mean, we were on a ride there, right? And you guys will get access to it, and they're great single barrels. But you'll know, again,
we'd have had no access without the relationships we built with our distributor. So, I mean, that's a different animal. So we'll see what happens. The ones that we cultivate start to finish on our own, those are the ones that, and again, we say people before product, and that's very true.
Yeah.
But the product has to be good enough for us to say we want to put our names behind it as well. So we do hope, and look, I mean, if I'm coming off as a condescending prick, that's fine. That's fine. But I do believe, like, hopefully by this point, if you guys have been with us long enough, you trust our palates, that when we put something out, even if it is from a distillery that you maybe haven't heard of before, that's a good thing. Like, we want you to be, if we put our name behind it, we're usually going to buy into it, hook, line, and sinker.
100% agree. And Gandy, you missed the beginning. This question came up. So there was, I think Corvette Trey had emailed Big Thirst. So anybody who was ordering their Old Line through that's outside of the local area that went through Big Thirst to fulfill their shipping, he emailed, and they came back with some convoluted email saying, "Oh, it's just a pre-order, and it will be like 2 to 3 weeks before we even have this and ready to go." That was false. Thank you, Corvette Trey, if you're watching, for sending me that, because I quickly called Mark and said, "Mark, what's up with this? I thought you were taking, the cases down." So Big Thirst is in DC. The good thing is, it doesn't take far to get from Baltimore to DC. Mark's loading up tomorrow their truck. I think 12 or 14 cases are going down to Big Thirst. They will have them. And he told me they should start fulfilling them this week. If not this week for all of them, certainly by the beginning of next week. And it just depends on how far you are from DC, how long it'll take it to get to you. So everyone should have their Old Line bottles by next week. No matter if you were a pickup at the distillery, you've already got them, or if we were sending them to you, they're all going out this week. And then the Big Thirst orders are going out this week and maybe into a little bit of next week, but hopefully this week. So next week, everybody should have them.
Which hopefully you can bring them on next week when we have our Halloween episode. We're going to talk about that.
Let's talk about that, Andy.
Todd, what are you dressing up for as Halloween?
Well, what does everybody in the chat want me to dress up for? I mean,
what would you like Todd to be for Halloween?
How about Scott Van Pelt?
So you can just wear what you're wearing now.
That's what I'm going to be. That's
What would you like Todd to wear for Halloween?
I am not. Why is it me? Why aren't
I
you?
already have my costume.
What is your costume?
I'm being Rip from Yellowstone.
Are you really?
Yeah, my wife's being Beth. I'm being Rip. We're being Rip and Beth for Halloween.
All right.
So I'm taken care of.
Tim wants me to be Cinderella.
That'd actually be that'd be awesome.
Now, hey, Andy, there's your friend you met at O-Line Manhattan Project.
That's right. What's going on? And by the way, his name is Todd. He's a cooler Todd than you are. So
Andy, where's the thing? Todd's cool. Where is that? Come on.
Do I have the Todd is cool? Yeah, let me do the Todd is cool.
It was, and then they're local too, which is great. We got to get together, guys.
They're right down the street, but this Todd actually is cool.
Whoa, Todd's even cooler than we thought.
There we go. Oh, Todd, you've got. We have some people.
What?
Let's see. Oh, Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean. Okay, I could do that. That's true.
Okay. Mini me.
That makes any. Okay, so I'm
Browns fan. A Browns fan. You want to wear my Flacco jersey?
Oh, no, absolutely not. That's not happening. We're playing the Browns this week.
Elsa from Frozen. You be a good Elsa. Tell you be a good Elsa.
Why not Kristoff?
Caillou. I can see that.
I knew that was
Silver Surfer. Let's see. Boat captain.
So Andy, the video where they're all the girls and the guys are on the speedboat, and he's bald and has sunglasses. He looks kind of like me, and they're going like this, and he hits a wave and he goes poof, straight down, and everybody falls. You haven't seen that clip? We've got to show that clip.
What is it?
I got to show it. Oh, somebody put in the chat. We showed it while you weren't here the last time, and somebody said, "Todd, when did you get a boat?" It's hilarious. If somebody puts it in the chat, I'll copy and paste it and put it in, and we'll show it so Andy can see it. It's hilarious.
You could wear a wig, Todd.
I love to wear a wig. Yeah.
See?
Definitely Mr. Clean.
There you go.
Mr. Clean. What does Mr. Clean have? I don't have big muscles. That's the other thing. He's like huge.
You could be a ghost for Halloween.
I think I'm that every day, aren't I?
You could be Alanis Morissette.
Chip from what?
Or,
Professor X.
Or you could be Borat.
Another bald guy. Thanks, David. Thank you, David. All right, real quick. My next drink tonight, while I house that malt through the night bottle, I'm going to add this. Saucy Shane, thank you. He sent in his advent calendars, and I'll talk about that in a second, guys, because I'm going to show the list. We still have some outstanding calendars, but there it is. There it is. All right, so let's take it down. Has anybody had this? So I was a huge fan. Let me just put this up of this. And Saucy also helped me get this bottle. Oh, put that back up there, Andrew. This is the Twice Barreled Rye that came out, I think, 2 years ago or a year ago. That was just absolutely fantastic.
Twice Ride, baby. That'd be a great name for a barrel. Once bitten, twice fried.
That is a good one. This is the Distillery Series. I believe this is what? Saucy, you bought it for me, so I don't know how much this costs. Thank you, Saucy, for buying it. I don't know what the cost is. I should have written that down. I don't know. But let's get into it. I did have a sip of it when it first came. You know me, Andy. I cannot not drink something when something new comes. I love that they do these smaller. It's like $45, I think, for this. Maybe 50 for like a half. What is that? $3.75? Yeah. I like that. I like the idea of having smaller bottles. Of course, if it's a hitter bottle, you want more of it. But has anybody had this? I know Saucy said he really liked it.
He said
$45. All right. So it's, again, so it would be regularly 90. It's 107 proof. It is double barreled. I think the difference between this and this, if I remember correctly, the second barrel was it toasted? Correct? This was not. This is just new American charred oak. This was charred, heavily toasted heavily toasted for the second barrel. Well, this was not. So I don't know if that makes it. We'll see.
Like heavily toasted.
I don't like getting heavy toasted. You know me. It's or charred. That's not a good thing for me. So, has anybody in the chat had this? I know Frosty. What did you get out of this? I think you said you really liked it. So, I usually still get a pretty good banana note on Jack Daniel's ryes. I don't know if I got that on that though. If I remember correctly, that Twice Barreled Rye was more like a bourbon than a rye, if I remember correctly. and I loved it. So let's get into this. Good.
By the way, LP thanked you again and said you're gonna love the rare character
LP,
135.
thank you.
So thank you. Let's give you a proper thank you.
Rock on. Thank you.
All right, let's do a proper palate cleanser, Andy.
He's pasty. He's white.
Andy, what are you drinking tonight? Is that vino? Oh,
it is a little vino here, my man. Let's see. This is an Argentinian Cabernet Franc.
Oh, that reminds us. We will have our second wine night of the year. Maybe by the end of the year, it'll be the white wine.
We're kind of doing it in reverse. Yeah, whites and winter. Well, that's what I'll call it, whites and winter, because it's a little bit different. We usually do it in the summer, but that'll be fun. We'll do that too, which should be good.
So 100% saucy. You get that. I was gonna say like toasted banana cream pie. It smells like I love banana cream pie. That's what I get on the nose.
You do love dessert, don't you?
Yeah, I do. On the palate.
I feel like you should have been a pastry chef.
Oh yeah. Yep. Woo, baby. So that's the funny thing here. There's not a lot of rye spice on this. It is, to me, banana cream pie in a glass. I mean, there's like a toasted that toasted note, and I guess maybe that's where you get the smokiness, but it's a sweet rye whiskey. There is very little rye spice on this. Saucy, maybe I'm wrong. Again, my palate could be jacked from the single malt, but I get big time molasses, sort of banana cream, like Bananas Foster's, that sort of sweet syrupy. It is another very decadent, sweet rye from Jack Daniel's. And if you don't like rye whiskey, try this. I'm pretty sure you're going to like it. That's my take on this very quickly. I'll do a shirt on this soon after I sit with it and get some more tasting notes. But yeah, I wish we got these, Andy. I mean, luckily Saucy has helped us out and gotten these to us a couple times. Thank you, Saucy. I do appreciate it. I will share with Andy. Andy, if you want to come over and try some, you can. I'm not giving it to you, though.
Yeah.
I won't give it to you. I probably will drink it before you get to it. But if you come over here, but next week, you can try it next week. It shouldn't be gone by then.
Thanks, buddy.
Low rye mash bill. Yeah. Yeah. What is it's a low, wait, hold on. This is not a low rye mash bill, is it? I thought the Jack Daniel's rye mash bill was like 70% rye. Am I wrong in that? I don't think this is a low rye mash bill.
Todd, you've never been wrong. Never. I've never seen Todd wrong once before.
I don't think that this does not taste like a 51% rye. I mean, but actually, I shouldn't say
your
that.
Your palate's that good?
Actually,
no,
it does actually.
You can tell me that right now.
It doesn't taste like a rye to me. It tastes more like a bourbon. So hell, that makes sense. I don't know.
Wow, you have come a long way, my friend.
I'll do some more research on this to make sure I know when I do my review on this. But I thought this
was
like
way from the days of this.
Excellent. Okay, what you guys are all waiting for tonight on our live stream, our members only giveaway is something very special. We are giving away our top 5 whiskeys of 2020 to a lucky winner. Those are going to be the Knob Creek 12-year Select, the Wild Turkey Rare Breed Ride, the Rare Breed Masters Tier 17, the Old Crow Double Barrel 47, and then the Maker's Mark's P90X. All absolutely amazing bourbons that you can't find easily that Andy has. One lucky member will get it. So we can't wait to see you tonight, 8:30 p.m., and we'll have some fun. Cheers. I'm at the beach. That's where the live stream will be.
That never gets old.
I am so stupid. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you, Anthony. It's 70%. However, it does not drink like a rye. Wow. I mean, it's got that banana note that, Jack Daniel's is often associated with, and it is like a sweet molasses, brown sugar, that vanilla cream, the Bananas Foster. It's like a banana cream pie, the like a toasted graham cracker. There's very little rye spice, at least for me right now. I'll come back to it when I'm not drinking a single malt and get more. But I don't know if anybody else has tried this. We need a Maker's. Yeah, so I don't think people would people buy a Maker's Mark pick from us? I mean, I don't know if they would. Maybe if it was P90X, they would, because it would sell like for the old timers. They would buy like cases of it because of what it means. But I mean, we have zero contacts at Maker's Mark. Let's be honest. So I don't know if that'll ever happen.
Maker's Mark is fantastic. You get the right barrel, it'd be worth it.
Yeah,
It just has to be the right barrel. So,
Yeah, what would a Maker's Mark Maker's Beat on the X taste like? That is a very good question, Andy. What would it
traditional profile with a little bit of Todd sweat, like kind of.
Yeah, Larry says no.
You know.
Oh, Jerry Black says oh no, he's talking to somebody else. Yeah, I don't know about. We'll I don't know. I don't think Makers is going to be on our 2000. Oh, I would. Navy Vet says I would. I like Makers. I actually love Makers, but I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll see. I'll put out armpit. It tastes like armpit, Andy. Armpit. Oh God. Yeah. All right. So that's fantastic. These Jack. Thank you, Saucy, for sending that. Let me get into.
Real quick. Will be some new shoes involved too, Todd?
Oh God.
Who were we talking to about that the other day that you actually sent? Like, no, actually, maybe it wasn't you.
I sent.
No. Hold on. Wait. I was sitting there with. So the Enos were with me at Old Line.
Okay. Brandon and Ryan Enos.
These two girls came up to try.
Oh God, I don't even know what that means. What's?
I'll explain what a girl is soon, Todd.
No,
but they came up to talk to me about the Old Line pour, and
they took my shoes.
Well, I'm getting there.
Oh, you are okay.
There's a point to the story. So anyway,
my shoes got involved with this.
The girls said, when I talked to the Patreon, they're like, "This is interesting, but do you have any female Patreon fans, or like they all male?" and of course, Ryan's right behind us. She goes, "Oh, they've got females, but there's a lot of females who actually watch them, and they do all kinds of crazy stuff. They do great giveaways, and we're not just talking about balls and stuff like that too. Somebody won socks and shoes, and she goes, "What, socks and shoes?" Like, yeah, this is the kind of channel they are. I was like, I don't know if this is a actually recommendation for us, but it was kind of funny. So she mentioned the fact that Todd had given away socks and shoes.
Yeah, Jimmy got that. Ojasan. He got my shoes and socks. By the way, that's the weirdest thing we've ever done on this channel. That's for sure. Real quick, update on the, and if we can make that full screen, that'd be good.
Yeah,
sorry. So here's where we stand on this. We're doing 2 calendars. I'm going to go through line by line. This is who I've checked off, who I've received. So if you're watching and I'm not calling your name and you say we've already received it, let me know.
Hell
Vladimir,
yes, I want to.
Bardstown Weeded Bourbon. Daniel Falqua, TBD. He has not told me what it is, but I've received it.
Are you going to read every one?
Yeah, real quick. It'll take 2 seconds. Tim Erickson, Old Elk Cognac Cast Finish Single Barrel. Christopher Germano, TBD. Josh Porter, a Nulu Cask Strength Single Barrel Bourbon finished in maple barrel. Wow. Sven Dryden, a New Holland Walleye Rum Malted Rye 7-year. Kevin O'Keefe, 4 Roses Single Barrel Strength. OESQ 11-year. Ooh, that's a nice one. Amy Boehm, a mystery bottle. George Kane, mystery bottle. Glenn Beckham, Barrel Batch 32. Dave Vogelson, Copper and Cask, 8-year bourbon. Don Prince, 13th County Barrel Strength. These are all the bottles that are going into our Advent calendars. Gandy Road has a mystery bottle. Corvette Shrey has a mystery bottle. These are all the ones I've received so far, by the way. Travis Wiley, Ragged Branch, Barrel Proof, Cowboy Cuts. Hey now, Andy, cowboy hat. Chip Ayadet, NASA Family Reserve Cat's Eye Distillery. Mark Emenecker, Dancing Goat Limousine Rye Single Barrel. I can't wait for that one, Mark. That sounds fantastic. LP, you've got the 8-year Rare Character Single Barrel, 135.1 proof. That sounds delicious. Nick Altman, Dancing Goat Limousine Rye 8-year Single Barrel. Another Dancing Goat. So they'll be in 2 different, calendars. So Nick, we love Dancing Goat. So fantastic that you put another one in. Then JG, then another NASA Family Reserve Batch 26. So that'll go in a different calendar than the other NASA Family Reserve. And then another 4 Roses Single Barrel Strength OESF 11. No, did I just say that again? I think they're 2 different things. I'm going over the same ones, aren't I? No, that was I think one of them is a Q. I got that wrong. One of them is, they're not the same thing. I don't think they're the same thing. Anyway, it's a 4 Roses Single Barrel Strength. That's from Ryan S. Morgan Johnson has the Old Potrero 9-year Single Barrel. Brandon Enos, he gave us their thing. I don't know what, Brandon, I don't know what you have. If you're watching this, it's TBDT. It might be in your box. I just haven't opened it yet. I'm doing a Sagamore 9-year. Andy, you're contributing to Nashville Barrel Company Bourbon Barrels for Hope Single Barrel. I'm sorry. So that'll be in that calendar. Ryan Enos, I've got hers. Again, it might say John Capola is doing Smooth Ambler Old Scout Single Barrel pick. And then Robert Shea is doing the newly toasted bourbon single barrel, our bourbon pick. Nice. Robert Hayes, to be determined. Robert, you might have told me what you have. I got to update it. I'm sorry if I haven't updated this, but if you put it in the chat, maybe I'll get it. Daniel Toomey is doing a Westward Stout Cask. And then Joey Bradshaw, Noah's Mill. Saucy Shane, Maker's Mark, Heart Release. That's spelled wrong. And then I don't have yet CJP. So Corey, Devin, Griff, Alex, Bourbon. If you're still watching, Ben, I haven't gotten your bottles. He's got a mystery bottle. Dave King, Tim Cornay, Aaron O'Donovan, Eric Desmarius, Daniel Harding, Jason Spa, Joe Graves, Sleep King, Christopher David, JH, and Anthony Peters. I know some of you said you're sending them. I would love to have these all by November 1st because I'm going to start compiling them to get them back to you before the holidays so that December 1st, we start this fun run of drinking every day for 24 days. On the mystery bottle days, each calendar will have 4 mystery. Each week we'll have a mystery bottle. We will certainly do live streams with Patreons on those days to drink together and try to figure out what it is, or at least guess, make fools of ourselves. We may also do other things. Maybe on our live streams, we'll certainly on Tuesday nights, we'll pull that bottle with that sample and we'll drink. Andy, you'll drink one, I'll drink one. So we'll have a lot of good fun, at least one a week, maybe more a week in terms of Patreon sort of live streams that we'll drink together. That's what this is about, drinking together. It's not us drinking them. You guys are sending us all these great bottles. We're kind of collating, putting them together and sending them back out to you. It's something to do together and fun, and I can't wait. My wife hates me every year around this time, but my kids love it, and I got them helping me. So there you go. All right, Andy, that's it. So again, if you haven't gotten your bottles in, please send them, and then email me again if I said I don't have what it is. Just email me again or text me or send me so I can update this with the official list of what every bottle is. And that's it. Andy, you can take it away. Sorry.
That was beautiful, Clark.
Sorry. Stop sharing. There you go.
That was wonderful.
All right. So, all right, there you go. Can I drop my? Yes, you can, Anthony, for sure. Just text me or email me. I'll give you my number, and you can certainly come by and just drop it off. You don't have to ship it for sure. All right, that's it. And then the final thing, Andy, that I wanted to talk about was the 21090. The 21090. Where is it? Crap. I was going to try to show it. Maybe hold on.
Take your time, Todd.
Well, you can talk. You can do something while I'm doing this.
Oh, I was working behind the scenes while you were doing your.
Were you saying things? God damn it!
Don't you worry. I'm still pulling my weight here, buddy. You're doing great. Well, I've watched the ticker go down about 10 viewers since you read that.
I think it's whatever. Hey, listen, I had to talk about it, so we got to get those Patreon or those Advent calendars in. All right, let me pull this up for the Wacko for Flacco, Andy. Let's show the standings. We haven't talked about this enough. I like to talk about. So whoever wins this, if we win, the second place winner wins it, right? We're going to give away a very nice bottle or two. I don't know what. We'll figure it out. We'll make it worth it. That's what we're up for. And we haven't really had a lot of message board talk. Nobody's been talking about this on the Patreon. I'd like to get some more trash talk going, guys.
Can Anthony Peters drop off his box at your house instead of shipping?
I said yes to that. Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Of course. All right, let's show the league standings.
Corey, I'm going to try and hit some places I haven't seen. North Carolina is a tough state to bourbon hunt in, from what I hear.
All right, here we go. Here's the and Joe Graves, you are not leading this league, by the way. Joe, you're tied for first, I guess. Are you Joe Mamas? You're 5-2. Gandy's gritty. Gandy Road is 6-1. He is in first place. Wow. Joe Mamas is in second place at 5-2. The dog pound. Who is the dog pound? Who is that? Who's the dog pound? I should know these things. Let's see who the dog pound is. Who is the dog pound? I can't tell from this. Oh, Travis Wiley. Travis Wiley is the dog pound. He is in third place. Andy, Wacko for Flacco. And I think it's because we played Flacco for 2 weeks, by the way, because he actually started and actually did good. We're 5-2. We're in fourth place.
He's the GOAT of being.
Lost in the Sauce Gardner is
there's a dog pound right there.
There we go. Good. Lost in the Sauce Gardner, 5-2, fifth place. Mangold 74, 4-3. I Like Turtles. Again, I'm not sure who all these people are. I mean, I could look at them, but in last place, though, is 55 burgers, 55 fries. Who is that? Let's see who that is. 1 and 6. 55 burgers, 55 fries. That is Ryan Enos. Ryan is in last place. Oh, no. And Bourbon and Balls. Great channel. Oh, Charlie, you're in last place. 1 and 6. Oh, no. All right. So, again, Corvette Trey, 3 and 4. Bourbon Brawlers, 3 and 4. Massholes. Christopher's calculated team is 2 and 5. Again, plenty of weeks to go here, but right now, Gandy and Joe Mamas and Dog Pound are lead, and Wacko for Flacco are leading the way, and Lost in the Sauce Garner. So we'll update everybody on this. Again, whoever wins this will win a nice couple bottles of whiskey from Andy's stash. There you go, Andy.
And for next week, guys, we are gonna. Yes, Todd will be dressing up. Maybe
as Mr. Clean, evidently.
Maybe Caillou.
Maybe Caillou.
Who knows? It may. Actually, you know what, Todd? You know what you could do?
Ooh, that's
you
good.
Could be Bethany Frankel is your favorite one. You could do that.
Why would I dress up like her?
I don't know. You like skinny girl wine and popcorn. That might be good for you. Or you could dress up like your favorite rock star.
I would love to do that. Yeah. The Bottom Snowman?
The Bottom Snowman. Or you could do your Ghost.
So what we'll do next week. All right, here the cat's out of the bag. We are going to do and Saucy. Are you still here? You remember this? We're doing a top 10.
Tell all the old friends that we're going to be doing a old school top 10 throwback.
Yes.
That'll be fun next week where Todd and I come up with lists. You guys vote on whose list you like more. The loser will take a shot of McCormick's. The winner will just get bragging rights, the whole 9 yards.
I have a little bit of McCormick's left down here, like a shot of it.
It's so bad.
So we're going to do a top 10 list. And if you're a YouTube page member, God, that's crazy. But you can vote with the emojis of what was better, Andy or Todd. We'll be playing your favorite Halloween songs, spooky songs like Dokken, Thriller, whatever. Anything that's spooky, scary, whatever.
All that's Halloween songs. You guys will get a chance. If not, you can play anything you want. We'll have fun.
Right.
But then we're going to be going over our top 10 scary movies. Now, spoiler, the little fella is afraid of horror movies, so he doesn't have an extensive...
I don't love horror movies.
He does get scared very easily.
No,
you do.
I'm just not a fan of... Andy, don't act like this is me. You don't go to the movie theaters and see horror movies. You just don't. You don't. However, I do like
Nightmare on Elm Street. I do
like. I know. I've watched that. I've watched all those.
You got scared during Monsters Inc.
Shut up. That's not true. My last Saucy's Saucy just became a new member just to do this next week. Saucy, that's great. 99 cents can get you to be a member, and you can vote next week who is better. We used to do this during COVID, when we were still reviewing beer before we got into whiskey. We were like, let's just go live because we couldn't get together to review beer or brew beer. We would do top 10 list, and we did it for like a year and a half.
People are already throwing their emojis out. That's great.
That's great. There you go. That's it. So we'll have like a red emojis and a green emojis and a Todd emoji. It'll be fun. It'll be like old school. We'll go line by line who was better, and at the end of the night, Andy wins or I win, and then we'll give away some stuff. It'll be fun. We'll play music. It'll be a sort of a Halloween fun. We haven't done this in a while. There's no guests. It'll be a fun time.
You don't like horror movies, though, do you?
I don't mind horror movies, but I can't tell you the last time I've watched one. And you're the same way.
You should
I like suspense and thrill movies.
Take your better half. There's a new movie of her was pretty good called Terrifier 3. You should
she hates horror movies.
You should go see that. You guys should go see that together. It's very tame. It's not that bad.
Did you go see it, Andy? Did you go see it?
Yeah, it's very good. You love it.
You're so full of shit. There it is. I can't wait. It's gonna be good. So tell Jimmy, tell Groovy, tell Eileen, and all the old people who used to watch us when we did top 10 list. Did the Michael Jackson Thriller video
Yes. Yes, I'm 100%. When he turned into a werewolf, I remember as a kid being like, "What the hell's going on here? I don't like this."
Fonda movies. That's great.
Yeah, they actually did freak me out.
And I think we might do a nice blind, which is the Elijah Craig barrel proofs, A, B, and C. Blind them and see. And listen, I don't know which is the best. I think it's a very mediocre. It's a good, not great lineup this year. Certainly worth 79.
You're getting recommendations. Hereditary.
All right, watch Hereditary. I will watch tonight a horror movie on Netflix, Paramount. I have a couple. I will find something.
People saying Chris Jericho's in it. Watch Terrifier 2.
All right. Wait, which one?
Terrifier 2.
Terrifier. Who highlight that? Where is it?
No, someone had said it earlier. You'll like it. It's good.
Terrifier 2. Okay, not 1, but 2.
2, yeah.
That movie is very tame. Yeah, very funny. Oh, horror. I'll definitely spread the word. Very good. So we're doing an old school top 10 list. Jane Fonda movies. Oh, the horror. All right, Todd, I'll send you my Jesus. On his anniversary.
What an
cheers,
ass.
guys.
Oh,
all right, so we're gonna end it tonight, guys. Andy, get some sleep. Next week, it's gonna be a fun night, a long night. We're gonna be playing music. We're doing a top 10 list. Who knows? We might be dressed up.
Todd's mystery customer. I'll come in my rip gear, so you better come dressed up.
I'll figure something. I gotta get something quick. I'll figure something out. I'll get something for Tuesday night. I promise I'll have something. I don't know what yet, but I'll have something.
I can't wait.
For sure. That's great. Smiles. All right, guys. Well, let's get Andy to bed because he needs to get up early tomorrow morning and do work. And are you driving to South Carolina tomorrow?
Yeah. I got an appointment here early morning, and then I got to drive to South Carolina after that.
All right. And you heard it tonight, guys. Corbin Cash, probably right before Thanksgiving, that will be the Hazmat Bourbon will be available to our Patreon members. We hope you guys are excited about that. Still no word on all the MGP and Lux Row stuff, but we will have Danny from Penelope on November 12th. And then we will have Kenny and Ryan from Pursuit United on the 20. Oh, God, when is it? I should say this. So this is, I think, really, I'm excited for this, guys, because I'm a big fan of what they did with the Bourbon Pursuit podcast and then Pursuit United. On the 26th, we will have Kenny on. I don't know if we'll have both, but definitely Kenny will be on from Pursuit United. So we'll talk all things Pursuit United and Bourbon Pursuit. And that's a great thing for us because I think they're great guys and they put out great juice. So that's
and do not forget, we are all things beer, bourbon, and rock and roll. We are entering barrel-aged beer season. We've got Goose Island from the Bourbon County Stouts coming up very soon too, as well as some other barrel-aged beers that are going to. We get real heavy into the barrel-aged beers come end of October, November, December. So that's going to be fun. So we'll send you off with a little bit of a vertical blooper from just too much beer.
Cheers. Joe and Kathy, happy anniversary. Love you guys.
Happy anniversary, guys. We love you all.
Oh, this Twice Barrel Rye is good too. Oof, man. Damn it.
Once bitten, twice ride, buddy. See ya.
Cheers, guys. See you next week.
This is too much beer.
It is too much beer. We bit off way. I felt it like at 2017. And now I really feel it at 20.
Whoever smelt it dealt it.
Whose idea was this?
Yours. Mine. Both of ours?
I'm going to just throw up a little bit.
Ooh. Oh. That's not nice.
One more freaking... Come on. We got to finish this. I got to pee too.
Shut up.
Oh, I knew this was going to happen.
Of course you knew this was going to happen. This happens every time we do this.
We have a lot of here.
A lot.
Oh, you... God. What is wrong with your stomach?
Okay. All right.
Last one. All right. I'm going to throw this to you. I'm going to crack it, but I'm going to throw it to you. Ready?
No, I'm not ready.
You should.
I got to figure out what we're going to say.
I'm going to throw 2020, how great it is. But I'm going to say we've gotten through 11. This is the 11th one, Andy. We're 11. You're drunk. You're so drunk. Uber time. I don't even know what to... Come on.
Okay, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're not.
I'm ready. All right.
All right, it's 2000.
Wait, my eyes hurt. Hold on.
Oh, man.
Hold on.
Come on, I'm ready to go.
I am, too. It's like a brighter.
It did not get brighter.
It did.
Yours got drunker.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
All right, we've made it through. I can't believe it. Are you laughing at me? Because I kind of coughed myself. Ready?
Yes.
All right, Andy, it's 2020. We're never getting through this.
Okay.
Are we going to get through this?
Yes. Hold on.
Oh, no. It's happened the last one.
Oh, hold on. We can pull this together.
Come on, man. Really, seriously.
I'm fine.
I want to get it through. We can laugh at the end, but let's get through this.
We can laugh at the end. I'm not allowed to laugh yet.
No,
I'm trying.
come on.
I'm trying.